Alright, unlocking the PSR is a very long tedious grind for a sniper, as the first step is to get 100 headshots with the DMR. I recommend playing Breakthrough for that because the enemies are more bunched up on the objectives, especially if you're attacking and people are defending, vice versa. But obviously you're going to use the EMR, but if you level up enough, I would highly recommend the SVK, as this thing hits like a truck. It can one-shot headshot at really close range. Anyways, here's my loadout I use, and let's get into it. For the muzzle, I use a flash hider, doesn't really matter. Extended barrel. Rangefinder, this is a key, you definitely need this. 5-round mag, and long range bullets. I like to use the DLC bolt, which this allows you to keep your gun ADS while you chamber your gun. If you're doing some long range snipes, you can shoot, see where your bullet lands, see if you need to adjust higher or lower. For scopes, I use the 8 times just because the 10 times, which is the best for this challenge, you don't unlock it until mastery 30 for this gun, which is a really long grind. So I went to level 22, which you unlock the 8 times, and that's your best option for the fastest sight you can get. But if you want to keep leveling your gun up and get to level 30, obviously that's the better choice to get 10 times. Alright, so for maps and modes, you're going to do Conquest, Liberation Peak, and Operation Firestorm, as these two are the biggest maps you can play in the game. Most of the other maps are really tiny and just not ideal for sniping 200 meters. Alright, we are on Operation Firestorm, and we are on the NATO faction. Now I'm going to circle where you want to go in the NATO faction and on the packs, just in case you are on either side. So if you're on the NATO faction, I would recommend going up here on this hill, and if you're on the PAX faction, I would recommend going way up on this hill over here. Alright, so just spawn in and run all the way up. Alright, so when you're up on either side, I recommend a laser designator, which you don't have to. I know a lot of people don't like it or they're against it, but this is just so you can spot people, as this thing can zoom in a lot more than what your sniper can, and it'll just highlight everybody for you. Now, I should have said this earlier, but I have a huge suggestion and tip that you guys might want to do, and that is to go to your keybinds and bind your rangefinder to your steady scope. This is so when you hold your breath, you're going to also zero in on the distance you are looking at the same exact time. And on Operation Firestorm, if you're on the NATO side, your best bet is to look towards E as pretty far, and just anywhere else that you can see people. Alright, so we're on Liberation Peak, and for this one, you would want to be on the NATO side mainly, as the packs, they're just no good spots to shoot 200 meters. Being on F is already a pretty common spot for snipers, and people are expecting you to always be there. If you look on C, it's not far enough, it's just shy of 200 meters. If you look at E, you have a high chance of getting sniped from either E or the village, or just anywhere. So if you're on the pack side, honestly, dude, I would just leave and try to rejoin and be on the NATO side, as there's no good ideal spots to be sniped on this map. So on the NATO side, we're going to spawn, and we're actually going to be in our HQ area still. So same thing as before, we're going to set up our laser designator right here on this little rock, and we're going to be mainly focusing on C or towards D in the village area, kinda. Oh, I didn't think that was going to hit, dude. I hope this video helped you out, guys, with unlocking this gun. I know it's a very long grind, but if it did help you out, make sure you like the video and subscribe, as I'll be posting more Battlefield 6 content.